Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Menachem Creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi for UJA Federation of New York. We bring you Torah and music, blessing and community every weekday. We've been doing so since March 18th, 2020. Today it is July 21st, 2026. That's a whole lot of Torah. 6 years, a bunch of months, a bunch of days, and a whole lot of heart with friends from all over the world who come together to learn, to share, to start the day by saying good morning, which is just the right way to do things. So good morning, everyone. Jonathan and Deborah, Tara and Susie, Lydia and Barry, Carl, Boker Tov, everyone. Let's make that effort. Let's say good morning. Even if you have been part of the community and you haven't made yourself known, this is a moment to say hi. Hineni, I'm here. Linda, good to see you. Kathleen, welcome. Arlene and Patricia, Jerry, George, and Carl, really good to see all of you. Deborah, Boker Tov, my friend. All right, in a second, we're going to sing a bracha, learn a little bit of Torah, and start our day together. See if there are a few more hellos we can offer. And it's good to see you. Nice to be back in my office, sharing the anchor for this community once again. Arlene and Siona, good to see you. Okay, let's take a breath, sing a blessing. We'll learn some Torah. Good to see you, Debbie and Judy. Hi, Dave. Makasoy, welcome. I think that's the first time I've seen your name. So good to see you here. Welcome. Camille, you're there with George. Welcome to you both. Hi, Eileen. La 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 la. So good morning, everyone. It's good to see you. For those who are joining us for the first time on Instagram for a long time, I am back from Israel. It was a tremendous, beautiful, inspiring visit that, thank God, I was able to take with the support of UJA. Meeting with UJA's staff. We have a very robust Jerusalem office to hear of their work, to do some good learning, and to reconnect with old friends. And it's so good to be back, as complicated as it was to leave. And so sharing a little bit of Torah from here in my office at UJA. It's good to see all of you here. Welcome, everyone. It's broadcast 1595. This week includes Tisha B'Av, the 9th day of the month of Av. And the challenge here for us is to find inspiration from a day that is described by Rachel Goldberg Polin and other great luminaries of our world as the floor of the Jewish calendar. Because this is the saddest day historically that we are leading up to in Jewish tradition. Tisha B'Av, the 9th day of the month of Av, begins Wednesday night. And it includes both the historic things that happened on this day, but also other things that have happened in history that were placed onto this day. And that actually is what I want to talk about. Before I get to the point, let me give a little bit of background for those who might be unfamiliar with the day. Because actually Tisha B'Av is not very well known at all. And again, quoting Rachel Goldberg Polin, she has this amazing way of describing how she learned to communicate in the before for her, with others the significance of this date. She would ask her class, where were you on September 11th? And many of them would be able to answer. And of course, there are many who've been born since these 25 years, since September 11th. But if you were alive and a thinking person based on your developmental stage, you know where you were, which means that the day carries more than just the date. It carries significance, it carries memory, it carries meaning, and it carries pain. Tisha B'Av is that kind of day, though there's no comparing pains. And so what do we think about on Tisha B'Av? We think about the first Jerusalem temple that was destroyed in 586 BCE, the second Jerusalem temple that was destroyed in 70 CE. We think about the expulsion from Spain, the expulsion from England. We think about the Crusades. We think about the Chmelnytsky massacre. We think about many, many terrible things, including how the Mishnah, an ancient Jewish text, begins by describing another thing that happened on this day, which is on the 9th day of the month of Av, the spies into the promised land came back with their negative report. And that tells us that this day is not only about history, it is about memory. And what I want to point to, and this is a simple suggestion for a very complicated emotion and a very, very complex day, is that actually Tisha B'Av is a gift. Because even the Mishnah, 2,000 years ago, and the days since, have found us placing our sadness on a day, on one day. Now, it isn't the only day that we have for these heavy feelings and these significant and sad memories. We have Yom HaShoah. We also have Yom HaZikaron. Those who don't know, Yom HaShoah v'Gvura, Day of Holocaust and Heroism. Yom HaZikaron is when we remember all those soldiers who've fallen to create and protect the State of Israel and those who've fallen as victims of terrorism. And now we also have October 7th. But Tisha B'Av, for a very long time, and as history continues to be written, we will see what happens with the October 7th day itself, because Simchat Torah will be protected. That is Simchat Torah. But if you have a sad feeling and you're illiterate, you're literate in Jewish text, you would say, this is a Tisha B'Av kind of a feeling. There was a period of time in my life when I thought myself too earnest, and I said, oh, I'm such a Tisha B'Av Jew. But it is powerful that we have one day that's meant to hold all of this stuff, including, as Susie's pointing out, the breaking of the original tablets, the first set. And so here's what I want to wish us. During these 9 days leading up to the 9th of Av, it's traditional to reduce our joy. Some people don't have meat. We don't do weddings. Some people don't do laundry. It's interesting to see how these traditions evolve. But leading up to Tisha B'Av is different than Tisha B'Av. The sadness belongs to that day. And the day after Tisha B'Av, though tradition has many things to say about the day after, is also not Tisha B'Av. There is one day on which we place the sadness. I bless us to have less sadness. On that day, there is a ritual way that we mourn. But we do not remove ourselves from life in total. In fact, there's one tradition on Tisha B'Av itself that in the morning, even though it's a mitzvah, it's a commandment, to put on tefillin, the leather straps around our arm and on our head, we don't put it on in the morning because of the sign of grief. But by the afternoon, we already begin to lift, ritually, these restrictions. There's a tradition of not greeting each other, saying, how are you, in the morning of Tisha B'Av. But by the afternoon, we begin to come back to life. That coming back to life is part of the point of Tisha B'Av. We are told, it is a very important tradition that you can find in the Talmud Masechet Ta'anit, that those who remember the destruction of Jerusalem will merit to be part of a great rebuilding. Our people and our world are in deep need of great rebuilding. This is our chance to think about that, to commit ourselves to it, to allow in the significant pain of the day, and then to channel it toward reconstructing all that which is broken. May we be so blessed. Friends, send your heart with me. Valerie is on the ground in Tel Aviv, carrying our hearts with her. Let's sing Hatikva. Kol hod balevav pnima nefesh Yehudi homia ulefatei mizrach kadima ayin letzion Sophia Olo avda tikvatenu Hatikva bat shnot alpayim Liot am chofshi be'artzenu Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim Liot am chofshi be'artzenu Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim Am Yisrael Chai. See you tomorrow.